Welcome back, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the breakout rooms, those of you who were able to participate, as well as get as much information as possible. So, I am your co-host for the evening. My name is Marvin Grant. I'm part of Startup Huddle St. Lucia. And I'd like to introduce the other co-host for the evening, Miss Mylika, or Celia. Mylika, would you like to open us up in prayer?
Okay, as we bow our head, let's start. Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin or as we continue this ceremony, this presentation of these two individuals who are going to share their life stories with us on their businesses. We ask that whoever's on their way hasten their footsteps and that our internet holds for tonight so that we can proceed with this. I thank everybody for being here tonight. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen.
Excellent. Thank you so much. All right. So, yes, as we ask the Lord to strengthen the internet from Flow Digital or whatever your service provider may be. Yeah, so we are here this evening. We'd just like to say thank you so much once again for taking time out of your busy schedules. And those of you, of course, who had a busy day, we hope that you had a real productive one. And we hope that this evening you'll be enjoying what we have to offer here. All right, so in the words of my mentor, welcome. Like she would say, we are in charge. I would love to say that the inmates are running the asylum right now, but no, we are the librarians running the library because we're about to introduce you to much information that is needed to be shared. This is a platform where we're here to communicate and provide constructive criticism. Of course, you have met Mylika. We have many members, of course, to the face of Startup Huddle St. Lucia, who are unable to be here. Well, most of them aren't able to be here due to other engagements at this time. So, what we are going to do, Mylika, what is on the agenda tonight?
Well, we're listening to two amazing companies, startup companies, ShevyQ and Webmaster Design Studio. So I think we should go ahead and start with ShevyQ. ShevyQ is a small agro-processing business located in Babuno. The items produced are chutneys, hot sauces, and local fruits for fruitcakes. But I wouldn't give you too much information about her because I would like her to tell you her story. So you have the floor, Miss ShevyQ.
Hi, thank you, Malika. I can never pronounce your name. Good night, everyone. Let me try to share my screen, please.
All right, and before ShevyQ begins, we'd just like to remind everybody if you could please mute. We would like them to have complete focus in what they're saying and what they're doing. And of course, as well as co-hosting, I have the wonderful job of being the timer. So each presenter will be having 6 minutes for them to be able to provide their presentation, to get as much information as they need. And then we will have our 10 minutes, I wouldn't call it grilling, oh my goodness, I would call it our 10 minutes expert having her way and, asking her questions. So, ShevyQ, when you are ready, please begin.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All righty. Okay. And floop. Okay, good night, everyone. Again, my name is Shevon Anatole, and I am the manager, owner, and founder of ShevyQ. ShevyQ is Asian, West Indian type of business that produces chutneys, snacks, jams, Chutney. We started with the chutney, or what we call the mango achar. Is one of our unique type of chutneys that we've started with, and then we move on from the chutney. We added the jams, and now we have snacks. So so after we've started with one product, we now have about 15 different products in 3 categories, which is the chutneys and the spices, the jams, and the snacks. The problems that we saw, that I recognized before I started my business, were the limited options, and that the product is not diversified. When we started, as I said in the beginning, we started with the mango achar. I am from a Guyanese background, and I am mixed with Indian and what we say Negro or Black. And I was exposed to a whole lot of different type of culture, and one of them being mostly the Indian type of culture, whereby we make a whole lot of spicy products to use. And I've moved to St. Lucia more than 25 years, 25 years now, but you find that all you can find in the supermarket is hot pepper, and hot pepper comes with its side effects. But with the mango achar, you will not find that. You will not get that much mucus that would develop, and it gives you a much more nicer kick to when you eat your food. So I noticed that there were no option at all. And when we do get an option, it was not diversified. And another thing is that the customers do not have the time to make the product, because to make the mango achar, it can be quite tedious. It takes some time. And another thing, it was not available in small shops, just the major supermarkets, but not on all of the shelves. Like you would just only find it like in Rodney Bay. You will not find it in Leclerc or certain places. And the competition to ShevyQ, our direct competitor is Barrett Foods. They make the mango achar, and you find Viking Traders would have the hot pepper sauce in different categories. And the solution that I come up with is that I would make mango achar the Guyanese way, because we have a whole lot of Guyanese.
Hi, Miss Anatole. Not to cut you short, but are you sharing your screen right now?
Yes, I'm sharing my screen. You can't see it?
No, we're not seeing anything.
Oh, and I've gone half of the way already.
That's okay.
I can see on screen.
Okay,
can you see her screen now?
She's not sharing anything that I'm seeing here right now.
Okay,
oh,
there you
go. There you go.
Okay, so does that mean I have to start all over again?
Does she start over, Marvin, or can she continue?
Well, you can continue. It's not a problem.
I should continue. Yes, so as I was saying, the problem was that there was no mango achar on the shelves in St. Lucia. If you do get one, it would be in the major supermarkets, but not in the small shops. You can just go and pick one. So the solutions that I came up with was to make the achar, diversify it. The reason for diversification is because not many St. Lucians are accustomed to eat very spicy food. So now I had to introduce the spice, the hotness to them, and you still had some of them who were complaining, oh, I can't eat anything hot, so we had to make it like really mild, like hot, mild, and no pepper at all. So we were able to give them the option of the different level of heat or spices that you can find in the product. Also, we were able to diversify from mango to tamarind to golden apple to another fruit that we call melon bee. And we produce the product and we make it available to the customer, which means that we're trying to get them into the smaller shops, not just the major supermarket, but we're trying to get them into the smaller shops as well. And we have the product available not just in the major supermarkets, I said, or in the smaller shops in the villages. Our key stakeholders and partners that help to make this business grow and that is continuing to contribute is Smith's Agro-processing. That's where we get all our labels and packaging from. We use PayPal and penny pinch. We try to do to receive payments online. That's right now is currently in the making with the PayPal, but we with the penny pinch, sorry, but we do have PayPal if somebody purchases and they want to pay through PayPal. The First Caribbean Bank, we also trying to get we're trying to get our POS system set up as well. And we have joined with the St. Lucia Farmers Market and Optronics and the St. Lucia Bureau of Standards. Our beneficiary are the people who benefit from our product are both male and female within the age of 15 to 55. Just to sidetrack, our business have been registered and been in operation for more than a year. So the age group have actually gone up from 55 to about 60 to 65. Both married and single in chefs and cook in the hotel industry. As we said, the ShevyQ is a product-based business which produces the traditional spicy pickles and chutneys, and the product is suitable for individuals who enjoy the spicy, tangy sensation when consuming the product, especially when eating any curry dish. And it comes in really small packages that allow you to travel with. So you don't have to be afraid that they go like they're too big or they're too bulky for your travel. And we can be reached on Facebook. We use Instagram, WhatsApp. We do face-to-face, we do tasting, we do samples, and we also use our website to reach out to the community. Our key impact matrix, one-on-one feedbacks, we do tasting and samples, we do follow-up for feedbacks, we have Google Forms for questionnaires to get feedbacks from our customers, and we also do quarterly surveys.
Okay, Chevy, so your time is up, actually. But since you didn't have an opportunity to show your whole screen before, I'm gonna allow you at least 2 more minutes to finish up. So if you could please wrap up.
All right, thank you, Marvin. So our finances and revenue streams, we've started with just our personal savings. Customer pays upon receipt, so we do not do credit, and we currently do not have any loans attached to our business overdraft. We have, since I've said that we've started a year now, so we have also reached some milestones whereby we were able to create our own website, and we were able to incorporate some online payments and increase our customer base by 10%. And we were able to source a location in Castries. It's not a brick and mortar, but it's what you said, a pop-up shop that we have under the Cool Coral Mall where you can get our products. And our networking is the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs, the St. Lucia Bureau of Standards, the Small Business Development Center, Les Values, the UNDP, and the University of the West Indies. and we can be reached on our Facebook page at ShevyQ, Instagram ShevyQ Spices. We have our WhatsApp and our Gmail, and we do have our website. So that way you can reach us for more information. Sorry for the arms and the owl, but thank you for the opportunity to present.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for that. And of course, we are so delighted to have you on the program this evening. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was our first presenter, ShevyQ, for the evening. And now I will hand it over to Melissa and for her to do her introductions. Go ahead.
Nice again, everybody. I would like to introduce our startup Huddle expert for the night, who is none other than
Before you
Mrs.
do, Ms. Chevy, you could stop sharing your screen now.
Okay. Oh, sorry about that, mate.
That's okay.
Okay.
We have this wonderful lady with us, Mrs. Dalisa Diltz of North Texas Entrepreneur Education and Training Center and the Center NTX. She's a master millennial, ecosystem builder, speaker, innovator, and influential business strategist, best known in the community of her ecosystematic approach to entrepreneurship, strategy planning, and professional empowerment. Dalisa has blazed the trail of entrepreneurship with passion and force. When I saw this lady's bio, I wanted to just meet her, but she's in Texas. She has such amazing things to give back to our program. You have the floor, Mrs. Dalisa.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me here tonight, and super, super excited to hear the presentations. Great job, Shevon. Loved hearing about ShevyQ. I think that's a really catchy name as well. And I did have an opportunity to go on the website and took a look at your products there. So I'll just kind of jump in with a couple of questions. One thing that I didn't hear in the presentation was your pricing strategy. So what are your current prices for your products?
You mean individually? Should I tell you individually? Or how do I?
Yeah, so if I wanted to purchase, what should I be expected to spend? I know you said that they come in small travel sizes. So is that, you know, for 6 ounces, it's $20 or $5? Kind of help me with that.
Okay, can you just give me 1 minute, please?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so while we do this, we just want to welcome you, Ms. Dalisa, one more time. We also want to let you know that, of course, the Q&A session for you as the expert with Chevy is 10 minutes, and then we'll also be having our Q&A from the audience. After the Q&A is done with the expert, of course, we will be having a poll that the audience can answer. Of course, we'd like you to answer as quickly as possible so that we can have our readings done. So, Chevy, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Okay, Marvin, thank you very much. Okay, so this is, can you see this little bottle here?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the travel size. It carries 10 ounces of the product inside of it with the mango achar. Sorry, it doesn't have the label in it. But one of these are 11 EC dollars. So we have diversified them. So we have them in golden apple, we have chunky mangoes, and we have the grated mango, and we have the tamarind, and they are all $11 for the bottle. This comes under the chutney. We also have this same size bottle. We also have the tamarind syrup or the tamarind syrup. It comes under the jams. That is also $11. And we also have the jams that we use for the fruits, like the local fruits. We make these from scratch. So these are $15 a pound. And we have other little snacks that I've made from Guyana that are called like the mitai. It goes for $5 a packet, as well as the salsa. They're $5 a packet. We do chickpeas, fried chickpeas. So it's savory, have a really nice taste. They're $5 a packet as well. So our products are really, really affordable, though there's a rise in oil and gas on the market. From the beginning, we have set our price in such a way that though we've been impacted now, it doesn't really affect us that much. And the question you may ask, like 6 months down the line, what would we do if it goes really high? I don't know if I should say that here, but we have put some things in place so that we can handle that in case that the extra pressure comes in.
Okay, thank you for that. So in your presentation, you mentioned the hospital industry. Why the hospital industry as your target market?
The hospitality industry.
Hospitality.
Yeah, the hospitality industry. St. Lucians practically do not eat a lot of spices, but St. Lucia is a tourist destination. We have all types of people that comes in, and I've worked in the tourist industries for a couple of years, and they do use spices there. The chef incorporates the chutney into their meals, into the salad. And the hospitality industry is a really huge market. And once I can get it into the market, once I can get it into the industry, that would be a really, really big milestone.
Okay, thank you for answering that. And so what is your current growth strategy? So I'm assuming, and you did mention like right now you're a home-based business, you're not a brick and mortar. And if I heard you correctly, you said you are at farmers markets, right? So what is your growth strategy? Where do you want to take ShevyQ in, say, the next 3 years?
ShevyQ is just the umbrella company. We have a few more other businesses that we bring in under that. For the next 3 years, we would like to have our own location. We would like to, currently, as we speak, I'm trying to get a location in one of the malls in town, in Castries, not the Rodney Bay Mall because it's quite expensive, but in Castries, I'm trying to get one of these locations there, but it's not very easy right now. So currently we under the Blue Coral Mall, and sales there is really has really increased from the time that we've gone up there. So to say for the next 3 years where we want to have location in Castries, Vieux Fort, and Rodney Bay. So that's what we're working on.
Okay. And Marvin, you can just let me know when my time is up because I'll just keep going. You talked about your social media platforms. And so with that, do you actually have a marketing strategy that you use, or is it more so word of mouth and you kind of just post it out there for people to know that it's there? What's your marketing strategy?
Okay, I have a few. I use Facebook. I use Facebook to advertise. I advertise perhaps 2 or 3 times a month, like a week, and then I would cut off, and then I would do another week. So I use Facebook and Instagram to use the paid ad to advertise. We also do our own word of mouth. We don't have any flyers currently. Also do feedbacks. So if a customer purchases, and then we will tell them, go to our Facebook page, go to our Instagram page, and you can share, you can like, you can follow, and you can also give us feedback. So that's what we're doing as we speak.
Okay. And one question I always kind of like to ask business owners that are kind of just getting started and getting their feet wet, And this is transparent, right? Do you feel that with your current price point, with the market that you are currently in and or serving, do you feel like this is a sustainable business, meaning this is something that you can continue over time, notwithstanding, you know, economic trends and, you know, all that kind of stuff, but is this do you feel like this is a sustainable business model?
As currently, as I look at it, the business has been sustaining itself, to be honest. And I would like it to be that way. I will try my best to ensure that, you know, I put all my ducks in a row, but who knows what would happen. But the business so far has been sustaining itself. I've not gone anywhere to borrow money. It has, as we have the income, their expenses, there's a small bit of profit, but we have not gone anywhere to. And it's been a year, we haven't taken any loan. The business has been sustaining itself all the time, and I want to continue it that way. And one thing that I would say is that Startup Heart of St. Lucia, the Academy for Women's Entrepreneur, it's really taught us how to really push ourselves and to stay afloat even in the hard crisis. So to answer the question, the business is sustaining itself. I do not know what would happen tomorrow, but I would really want it to continue that way.
All right. My final question, are you global? So with me being in Texas, right? If I wanted to make a purchase, is that something that I could partake in, or is it local to St. Lucia and surrounding areas right now?
So far, no, we're not global. I can only export, not really, export or post within the Caribbean. The post office have just started working. Oh, by the way, I did pass the other day. They said that they're now sending packages to the States and they're receiving packages. So perhaps we can do that perhaps at the end of the year. But since the country have just opened, we're not sure what will be the sideline in terms of sending goods out and receiving goods. You know, so right now I'm just limited to St. Lucia and some of the countries in the OECS.
Okay. Well, thank you so much again. Awesome presentation, and thank you for all of your answers. Best of blessings to you and your business.
Thank you very much.
Like I didn't see the need to even be a timekeeper. Y'all guys kept that within the 10-minute period. All right, wonderful. So, of course, wonderful exchange between our expert and between our presenter. So now we are going to move into the 10-minute question and answer sessions with the audience. So guys, for those of you who are not shy, feel free to use the put up hand option, the reaction, and make sure your camera is on to ask your questions. And to those of you who prefer to not ask the question via camera, you could always put it in the chat with your camera on, and I'll be reading it as well so that we can get this underway. So whenever you guys are ready, to the audience,
let me kick off by...
Go ahead.
Hi, Chevy. Wonderful presentation. I just wanted to, from a sustainability point of view, given that the products you use are often seasonal, I just wanted to find out how are you managing that? Is there any fruits and stuff in that regard? And in terms of your suppliers, and since you're in the hospitality sector as well, how have you sort of embraced the hotel sector in terms of supply? One thing I know, the hotels like consistency. So that's kind of tied into the sustainability factor of the fruits and stuff being seasonal.
Okay, thank you, Andrew. How do I get my products? Okay, so I'm part of the farmers market. I'm part of the farmers association, so I get the goods. What do I do when I get too much? I freeze them Yes, the fruits are seasonal. So I gather, I'm like the ant, so I gather when the opportunity comes. Like right now, we are in the mango season. Everywhere you drive, you see mangoes. They are not ripe. That's good for me because what we need are the really, really green ones to make the chutneys. So what we do, we gather, and the chutney, the shelf life with the chutney is not as like 4 or 5 years. So we make them, we store them in buckets, and we also freeze some of the raw materials. When it comes to sustainability, we will have, now that the market is opening, I am praying that I do not run out, but so far with the clients that we have, the customer that we have, I have enough to sustain. And currently, even today, before I come on the show there, we were preparing mangoes. We're just packing up and we're just storing because we know the season will come to an end very soon.
Just one more thing quickly. That's my last comment. You touched on the freezing and the storage. So tie again to the sustainability as well. So that you conveyed to me that you are into the post-harvest technology, because that's one of the areas that's important, that you can gather out of the seasoning and store the material. So that when they're off season, that you at least you have some.
Right. Yeah, we do gather while the season is full. Like say for example, we do seaweed jam, and we also use the same seaweed or gooseberry to make the local fruits for the fruit cake for Christmas. So you gather the seaweed jam now, you use it with the 5-finger and the other fruits that we use as a combination to make the local fruits for the fruit cake for Christmas. So we do it now and we preserve it, and it doesn't spoil. It stays there. So come Christmas or any time of the year, we already have fruits ready for you.
Thank you for advertising the fruit cake. So now that I know.
You're most welcome.
All right, wonderful. So thank you for your questions, Mr. Alexander. So I see we have a raised hand here. Mr. Choix, I'm not too sure how to pronounce it, but I see a hand raised. And remember, guys, you can ask your questions in the chat as well. So, gentleman with the white shirt, you are next. Go ahead, ask your question.
Thank you. Good evening. Shevon, first of all, I just want to congratulate you on the job that you're doing. A very very good presentation on your end. And I want to just encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. My question for you is, I think it might be too prong, but from what I gather, your job is your work really is kind of intense in terms of manual labor. You physically have to go and do a lot of the work. What if you were to get, say, like a demand, say people are asking for more, whether it be in the hotels or just people seeing your product now that you've been exposing it, and you have to ramp it up? How is that going to affect your ability to continue producing and bringing out the quality and the volume that may be required? Are you thinking of machinery? Do you use machinery, or is there a way that you could do that it's not going to run you into the ground?
As I mentioned before, we do a lot of storage, and we produce a lot. If we need more than what we produce, then it means that it might not be it at the time. It depends. We may not have, but when it comes to the labor, like say for example, another item another snack that we do is sugar cakes, or what you call coconut tablet, or we call them sugar cakes. So I have one person that comes in and grates all my coconuts on one day. So you find you have a whole lot of coconuts, and then we just freeze them. There are times that, we do have a big order. So I have family members who assist. I have one full-time staff and I have one part-time staff. As I've mentioned earlier, that the vision is that we want to have 2 other locations, which means that we will have more employees. And the idea is to just save. When I say save, make, produce and put down, produce and put down, so we do not find our backs against the wall when it comes to supply or demand. I hope that answered the questions.
Thank you for your answer, and all the best to you.
Alrighty, perfect. Thank you so much for your questions. All right, guys. So, are there any further questions? All right. ShevyQ, please remember to put in your contact information via the chat. So if there's anyone that would like to reach out to you or need to message you, you could go ahead and put that in there. Any other questions from the audience? Anyone?
I have one if nobody's answering.
Oh yeah, yes. Audience member, go ahead.
Hi. You mentioned about Phoenicians were not too familiar with the chutneys and the acha. First question is, could you like differentiate between the acha and the chutney? And second, is there like a link or your website or whatever on the logo or your labeling that could direct people as to how to use your product?
Okay, sorry about that. So there's a difference between the achar and the mango chutney. So the mango chutney is it carries sugar. So we call it mango jam, but here I think it's in Lucia you all call it red mango. And that one is a bit spicy, but that's what we call the mango chutney. The mango chutney you can use with something we call in Guyana called sekal roti or oil roti or oil roti. So you use it with the mango like a jam. However, the mango achar, or what some persons say mango amchar, it's more of a savory kind of spicy product that you can eat with your salad or any cooked meal, especially the curry dishes. So instead of using the hot pepper on your food, you can use a little bit of the achar on your other side of your plate. And it doesn't it helps to bring out the mucus in your body because of some of the ingredients that's inside of it, especially the black cumin that helps to extract mucus from your body. That's a part of the ingredients that's inside of it. With the pepper, you add mucus to your body with the hot pepper. And our website carries some information on how you can consume it. Our labels only have it doesn't have direction as to how you should use it, and that's something that I will take into consideration, because my labels, the bottles are miniature, they're small, so it doesn't really have spaces for too much information on it.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much for that. All right, so we have less than a minute left and we have 3 questions. So let's try to see if we can get every question answered. First off, let's go with the question that was in the chat by Bashana Days. What is the shelf life on your products? You're muted.
Okay, sorry. The shelf life for the achar is more than 3 years, but we give it a minimum of 2 years. So it can last for as long as 3 years, 4 years. You once you store it in your fridge, it can be stored in the fridge or out of the fridge.
That was my next question, if it was in the fridge or outside the fridge.
Yeah, in the fridge or out of the refrigerator. What preserve it is a type of oil that we call the mustard oil, and it is the best and only oil that should be used to preserve your product. And yes, so but for our snacks like the mitai, we have the soft mitai. It just lasts for a week, but we have the crunchy one, or what you call the candy sticks. You can get that for as much as a month or 2.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. All right. So we have, of course, Jacqueline here. Camera is off, but you could go ahead and ask your question. If you could turn on your camera, that'd be great as well.
Okay, good evening. Hi everyone. Hi Chevy.
Hello.
Given that supermarkets have a markup, how are you able to set your prices in such a way when you sell to the supermarkets that you are still able to make a profit?
Okay, you have to check, you have to compare your expenses, and you have to do your I'm trying to explain. You have to count your costs. You have to count your costs. You have to ensure that your profit margin, that even if you sell to the supermarket, that you're not going to lose, because the supermarket tend to buy us your item for as low as like 50% less than what you would sell for, and that's what they would want. So you have to, I mark up my item to the point that even if I give them 50% less, I still do not lose. And Jacqueline, since we know each other, I can show it to you on pen and paper whenever we reach.
Okay, thanks.
Right.
That would be great.
Wonderful. All right. So we have a question from Miss Samuel. Can you go ahead and ask your question? Unfortunately, you question. Go ahead. Miss Samuel, are you there?
She got kicked out again.
Must be an issue there. All right. So with that being said, Chevy, if you could quickly answer this question, because I guess Samuel is not at the table right now. A question here from Dane Spencer. The question was, you have, I'm sure ShevyQ has a business plan. Is there a marketing plan for her products?
So far, the marketing plan that we've been using is Facebook, Instagram, and we have our website. I am a marketing official by profession, so I do my sales and my marketing. For now, I do it on my own.
Perfect. And of course, that draws to a close our question and answer session in terms of the audience. I will be launching the poll now for ShevyQ. So everyone, if you could go ahead and take the poll, it's gonna benefit our presenter
You're missing one
greatly.
question,
And
Marvin.
say again.
We're missing that important question.
No, we're getting to it. We're getting to it. Let me launch the poll, and you can go ahead and ask the question. All right, Malika.
Okay. At each startup huddle, we end the Q&A session with the same question. And that question is, what can we as a community do to help you?
Hi, Malika. Continue to invite me to Startup Huddle. Continue to put out ShevyQ's name out there. Continue to put us on your YouTube and your Facebook page. And every time you say, oh, we have something going on, oh, you know, just bring us out. When Academy for Women have something going on, say, oh, ShevyQ, she was a part of us, you know, bring her to the front. So what more than continue to, you know, put us out there as a part put us out there as a part of the Academy for Women Entrepreneur, you know, keep remembering us. And I'm not just fighting for myself, I'm fighting right for Tamie, she's coming, and the rest of the girls that are coming, and the rest of the falling cohorts and everybody else. Do not forget us. Just keep putting us out there. Thank you, Miss Samuel. Thank you, guys. Thank you all so much for remembering us.
Thank you for that. You're most welcome. We sure will. I hope you're ready when we call on you.
Oh, but I'm ready tonight.
No pressure, right? No pressure whatsoever.
No pressure at all.
All right, guys. So I'm seeing that we have 60% participated in the poll. Let's try and get everyone to answer the poll that has popped up on the screen. Again, your answers are beneficial to our presenters for this evening. So go ahead and fill this in. And then we'll be moving on to Malika. What will be team announcements, right?
Tonight, our startup Huddle announcements. We have 10 steps for the best startup Huddle experience. Read up on the companies by visiting their social media pages and their websites. Like and or follow the pages. Subscribe to the websites. 2, register to attend Startup Huddle St. Lucia. 3, share the event with others in the small business and entrepreneurial community and with community groups encouraging persons to attend. 4, on the day, listen to the presentations and take note of key points and each company's big ask. 5, during Q&A, ask the presenters questions based on what you read on their social media sites and or websites and on what they presented. 6, offer advice on what the companies could do to help their businesses or ventures. Provide resources and contact information where necessary. 7, offer to patronize the company products and or services. 8, fill out the online poll survey to provide anonymous constructive feedback to the presenters. 9, post a comment on the Startup Huddle St. Lucia page giving your review of the event and the companies. 10, keep up the date with upcoming events and register and register and register to attend. Our next announcement is Customs and Excise Small Businesses Sensitization Workshop, scheduled to take place via Zoom on Wednesday, May 4th, 2022 from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. This workshop will provide you with the necessary information to better understand the Customs and Excise Department services and procedures which may impact on the importation of goods. The workshop will include processing of goods and concessions, use of holding facilities such as a bonded warehouse, basic tips on rules of origin, deposit entries and use of relevant forms, etc. Indicate your interest in the workshop via email or telephone before 4:30 p.m. on Thursday, May 2nd, 2022. Contact Nicole Shalry at government.lc or call 1-758-468-4241. Announcement number 3. Academy for Women Entrepreneurs or St. Lucia applications are open for the year 2022 to 2023. The deadline is August 29th, 2022. This free and unique professional business training course for women is centered around Dream Builder and will guide candidates through basic of planning, managing, marketing, and funding a business plan to better position themselves in the market. And last but not least, entrepreneurs, angel investors, and policymakers are invited to join the Global Entrepreneurship Network and replay past Startup Huddle St. Lucia events. Are you a startup 6 months to 3 years in operation and you would like to get connected to the local entrepreneurial community? Apply to present your startup at Startup Huddle St. Lucia. Startup Huddle St. Lucia helps one entrepreneur at a time while strengthening the local ecosystem. Entrepreneurs present real-time challenges facing their startup and solicit input on potential solutions from other entrepreneurs, mentors, ecosystem builders, and others in the local community. Startup Huddle St. Lucia focuses on supporting local entrepreneurs while simultaneously providing connection to a global network. That's the announcement for tonight. Thank you very much.
Wonderfully done. Wonderfully done. Thank you so much for that. All right. Before I do continue, just want to remind everyone out there in the audience that we have 5 people who have not answered the question. Again, it is vital that you complete the form so that we can continue. And also, Chevy, while you're at it, could you please post your Instagram, your LinkedIn, Facebook in the chat as well? I did not see you do that.
Okay, I'll do that.
Thank you so much. All right, guys. So we have our next presenter coming up while we wait for the poll to close. So, Ms. Frederick, hope everything is all right. Thank you so much for waiting. Of course, I know you've been waiting patiently. I hope you have your finishing touches put on for when we call upon you to present. Come on, guys. So 23 out of 28. We need the rest of those who have not answered to please answer the poll so that we can complete here. And once again, of course, we'd like to thank everyone for coming out. We'd like to thank you so much. If this is your first time attending a Startup Huddle event, we always have our fun. We always have, you know, some jokes and some pokes, and you know, we here doing it big like we should. Malika, so I have a question for you, Malika. Will you be, of course, having ShevyQ's products at the restaurant? Yeah, you not like your food already. You're having ShevyQ stuff there too, man.
Chevy and I will have to have a conversation.
Yeah, by all means, man. We get
Yes.
it out there. All right, I see one person answered. We're missing 4 more people. I know you're tired. I know it's been a long day, but just a few questions. Not going to kill you all tonight. You're going to bed soon enough.
Let's keep the
I love
vibe
chutneys.
going. Let's keep the vibe going.
Welcome back.
Look who's there. Look who's there.
I was always there. I was in the background. What do you think? I just want to make sure you guys are holding down the fort.
Yes. Yes. But I think I spoke to Chevy before. I'm still waiting for my samples though.
Deliver tomorrow, right on time.
Oh, that's business.
What time do you open?
I open at 10.
You open at 10?
7, yes.
10 to 7. Okay, I come to town. We open at 8 in the morning.
But you can always call me. I'm on compound from 6 o'clock.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, so guys, thank you for those of you who filled out the poll. We didn't get everybody, unfortunately. So it's not going to be 100% participation, but I am sharing the results of the poll right now so you can see what it is that persons were saying. Anonymous, of course, your name is not going to be attached, neither is your email. So please, please, please ensure that the next poll that we launch for our next presenter, every single person needs to fill out this poll. It has to be 100% so that we can tabulate. They need to understand, you know, what they need to improve on and what they're great at. You know, your feedback is important, okay? So we're closing the poll now. Thank you so much for participating in the poll session. And we're going to move on to our second presenter. Let me just say, Shevon, great job. Great, great, great job. And thank you for that plugin for us in Lucia. Thank you for that plugin. So we will be putting the links in the chat. So the links to our pages, as well as the link to All St. Lucia for you to sign up. We will put that in the chat for those of you who are interested in taking this free business training program with us here at Slugterra. We're all here to serve you and to help you to become better business women. All right. So look out for the links in the chat. Next presenter.
Good night, everyone.
Hold on.
Hold
on. Go ahead. Draw it up, Malika.
Hi, we have Miss Frederick with us, the owner of Webmaster Design Studio. She's established to make a difference in the technology field and to assist small businesses in improving their online presence and brand identity. I would love to hear what you have to say because I sure do need some help on that. The floor, my girl, take it over.
Good night, everyone. I'm very thankful to be part of the Startup Huddle presentation tonight. Let me start with my screen sharing.
Of course, and while you do that, I will remind you that you have 6 minutes to provide your presentation.
Okay.
We'll let you know when we can see your screen. All right. Whenever you're ready, you can begin.
Good night, everyone. My name is Tamie Frederick, founder of Webmasters Design Studio. Some of my services offered by Webmasters Design Studio basically is business cards designs, website designing, customized label stickers, flyer designing, printing services, as well as lamination services. Some of the problems Webmasters Design Studio is addressing basically, as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of small businesses in the south of the island basically was affected badly due to the lockdown, and they did not have other alternatives to sell their products or services. Small business operations can be done online, which will result in saving in operational costs and boosting their business as well. Some of my competitors at the moment is Aeroprint, because they're offering business card designing as well, flyer designing, Print Hub, and Textronites basically. The solution: creating a software with all my templates and educating small businesses on what other softwares can be used to digitalize their business. Having a company website is crucial as having a contact number for your business. Some of the benefits of a customer would get from using my website design services would be they have an option to choose between various website designing packages that I offer to suit my client's budget. Some of my key stakeholders and partners at the moment is Quartz, Computer World, and Every Store. Beneficiaries: small businesses in the south of the island who want to increase their online presence and brand awareness, and secondary school students or printing services offered presently, and computer classes that will be offered to students after expansion of the business. That is. My unique value proposition: Webmasters Design Studio is a professional service company offering small business packages comprising website designing, business card design, and other services at a discounted price to local small business owners in the south of the island. My outreach would be email, through advertising, business cards, phone calls, social media, and referrals. My key impact metrics: Webmasters Design Studio will conduct regular customer surveys such as questionnaires and testimonials from customers. Finances: we are currently a member of the Business Susu program with Sledterra, and thanks to Ms. Samuel for that. We plan to apply for possible grant funding in partnership with Sledterra with the US Embassy in Barbados to fund our social community projects. My timeline: August 2022, I plan to launch my business idea. December 2022, I plan to open a business saving account. April 2023, next year, I plan to reach at least 500 small businesses in the south of the island. The Wildline Network offers free courses that will expand my knowledge in digital marketing. The other network would be the Academy for Women Entrepreneurship Alumni Network, where I gain access to various allies and resources. School of Information Technology, presently, where I'm learning new skills to expand my knowledge that will help me explain my business. Global Entrepreneurship Network, which could assist in scaling my business idea. You can find my Facebook page, Webmasters Design Studio. Follow me on Instagram at Webmasters Design Studio, or you could contact me at 726-4522. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much for that. And of course, once again, I am left feeling like, what's the point of keeping time when she's on point? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for that. Miss Frederick, thank you so much for your presentation. Lovely. You could go ahead and stop sharing your screen. We are going to now move into our 10 minutes with the expert as she is. Miss Dalisa, are you present and accounted for?
I am here.
Okay.
Wonderful. So you could go ahead. You have your 10 minutes and your questions can begin.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Tamie, for the presentation. Amazing job. Very engaging presentation. Absolutely love that. Excited to, learn about what it is that you plan to do with the printing and design functions. Marketing is always essential for any business owner. So great market to enter into. My first question, and I don't know if this was mentioned when you said like your key contributors or what have you, but as you look to do your business cards and your flyers, have you determined who's going to be your dedicated printer? Like how will you produce the products?
Well, basically, I will be doing the one printing the business cards and the customizable stickers and everything. I will be the one doing it as of now. I'll be both designing and printing it.
Okay, so you have like equipment to mass produce, or what equipment are you working with?
Well, since I'm just starting off, I actually have a printer.
Okay.
Basically only a printer for now. Only a printer and a laminating machine.
Okay.
And I'm operating online for now, but the goal is to like have an actual business, like a actual location.
Okay. So you're targeting, it was post-secondary students, correct? And what was the other one? Small businesses?
And secondary school students and small businesses in the south of the island.
South of the island. So what is the current trend for businesses south of the island in terms of like, marketing their business currently? So what are they using right now?
Well, basically, some have Instagram pages. When I check it out, a lot of them, they don't have a Facebook page, but they only have an Instagram page. Some of them use word of mouth to market the items. And I found out that I realized, in fact, I realized that a lot of young people don't have like a Facebook page for their business, don't have a website for their business as well. So I drew the conclusion that that's the only form of marketing they have was through word of mouth or for their friends. You tell your friend that you're selling the item and buy one like that. That's what I got from it. So I decided to continue the business idea.
Okay. And so you mentioned that you plan to launch your business in August. Great job on preparing for that. Are you, or do you currently have some examples of the work that you've already done? So as you continue to let people know that this is coming, something that they can see and know what work you can produce for them?
Well, as a matter of fact, I only have a few online copies. I don't have like actual printed copies as of now. But I plan on working on that, like to update my pages. As a matter of fact, my page is not even updated. I plan on updating my page. My pages are not up to date as of now.
Okay. So one of the things here in the US that we are kind of privy to, and I don't know if this is the same type of thing over in, say, St. Lucia, but there are sites that you can go to as a marketer per se. And one of them is called Upwork, UPWORK, and or like Fiverr, FIVVER. And so what those sites are is individuals like yourself can go on there and you can bid on work for people. So if you are going to be doing design work, they can print it themselves, right? But you can do the designs for them. You can do the artwork for them. So just a couple of things that you may want to think about as you continue to grow your business. Another thought that came to mind is the ever-changing trend of business cards, right? So a lot of times people are looking for more of an electronic transmittal for business cards. Do you have a plan to kind of keep up with that trend?
Well, the only other option I had in mind was I could design it and probably email it to my customers, because most things now is digitalized online, and some people might want the printed version. So my only other option would be to do the design and email it to them.
Okay, awesome. So same question I asked Ms. Shevon, what are your pricing points? Even though you are kind of still in the planning stages, what are you looking for or looking towards in terms of pricing?
In terms of the pricing for my business cards, well, it all depends on if you want like designs on both the front and the back. It all depends on if you want it laminated or not. Well, as of now, for my business, each business card will be $150 for front and back. For the website design will be like $300 for the website designing. Laminating services, it will be like $6 per sheet. It all depends on the size of it all depends on what size of paper you have as well. If it's the A4 would be like $6. Anything else would be like around $7 to $8.
Okay, what was that first price point?
The
You said it's 150. That's the price for front and back business cards?
$1.50 for a card, for one card.
Oh, okay. I was like, ooh, those cards gonna be fancy.
No.
Okay.
No, $1.50 for one card. One.
Awesome. Okay.
It all depends on the amount of designs you want. If you want a lot of designs on the front, it might be a little bit more costly, but as of now, the basic price is $150.
Gotcha. Okay. So let's talk about your competition a little bit. What are their current trends? How are they performing in the market? If they are they also focusing on the south side of the island? How are they trending right now?
Well, basically they're focusing on both the south and the north, because I see they have customers from the north as well, because they offer a wider variety of services. For example, vehicle wrapping. They offer as well as graphic designs and other stuff like that. And they have logo design as well. Well, I only do basic logo designing, and they offer logo design as well. They also offer the printing of invoice books and items like that. But that's not as yet, but in the future, I plan on doing that as well. Since I started my printing services, I want to print other items as well. For example, the small businesses can have like an actual invoice. I could print out a small business invoice for the customers. I could add that to my package as well.
Okay. Again, same question I asked Shevon, and I'm coming up on my minutes. As you are planning your business and all things considered, and I know you haven't ramped up fully, but do you see this as a sustainable business overall? Or do you foresee initial challenges, and how are you preparing for those?
Well, yes, although there'll be some challenges, but as of now, I'm trying to further my education in the information technology field, where I could learn new skills to at least expand the business. At least if I see one idea isn't working out, I could at least have another option A, option B. I could at least start offering computer classes. So that's why basically I decided to further my education in that field.
Well, I am right at my time. So thank you so much for answering my questions. Great job. I connected with you socially, so I'm looking forward to see how the business does. Congratulations. Best of blessings.
Thank you.
I mean, at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I have officially resigned from being timekeeper. Yes, wonderful. So with less than a minute to spare, I get to talk for a little bit. Okay, so thank you so much for the questions, Ms. Dalisa, and thank you for the responses, Ms. Frederick. And now we move into our wonderful audience section of asking questions. So, like I said previously, feel free to raise your hand to ask your questions. Of course, if you're too shy to ask your questions via speaking, you could always do that via the chat. You guys in the audience have 10 minutes. And of course, if the expert has another question and she feels the need to ask, she could go ahead. Team members as well. So, yes, guys, 10 minutes starting now. And I will kick it off by asking first and foremost, where did you get the wonderful idea to start off this business, Miss Frederick? The floor is yours.
As a matter of fact, the business idea came about after I did a few IT and website design courses. And I realized I was doing a good job at it. So I decided, like, why not continue this business idea? And I always wanted to be a small business owner. So in fact, that's not only the business that's not the only one I had, but I chose this one basically since it's in the technology field. And as of now, you could see that everything is becoming digitalized as of now. Technology is like the major thing right now. Currently, due to the pandemic, everything is online now. Because of the lockdown, all these different things all these different things triggered the idea of like, why not give it a try?
All right. Thank you so much for that. So yes, the pandemic with all the woes it has, did give. It brought up a lot of positivity with it as well. All right. So I see we have a question from Miss Jordan. Welcome, Miss Jordan. Go ahead and ask
Thank you
your
so
question.
much. Thank you so much, Marvin. Tamie, very good presentation. I really enjoyed listening to it. My question is, I noticed that for your unique value proposition, it was okay, but I like the idea that you wanted to branch off into offering classes or lessons in your area of expertise, which I think is very, very good. Do your other competitors offer anything like that as well?
Well, so far, no. As a matter of fact, I think that'll be the only thing that's the only thing that'll separate me from them if I offer the classes.
Okay.
Well, I'll be after expansion.
Okay.
No, that's the idea I have.
Well, yes, I agree with you that, you know, this is something that you could that you would consider after expanding, but don't shy away too much from experimenting with it in the initial stages. You don't have to go into it fully, but you could just design a very simple course or a very simple training workshop that you could actually be able to teach a small group of students who would be interested in it initially, along with the service that you're planning on, along with the other services that you're planning on offering. I think that is a very, very good idea. Because right now in the age of technology and digitalization, a lot of persons are lacking certain skills in that area. And right now it's very, very important to have some of these skills. So I think even in starting out and launching, that could be something that you could consider. As I said, it doesn't have to be anything too complicated. Just select an area that you're really good at or really comfortable with in your area of expertise. It can be one topic, and you could try actually start you know, try doing little workshops with young people who would be interested in doing something or learning something new in that area. Okay, so it's really more of a recommendation than a question.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
You can let us know, or let me know how you feel about that.
Yeah, well, I think it's a great idea, you know. It's a great idea, and I'm actually going to consider it.
Yes, yes.
Thanks
Yes.
for the
And if,
feedback, though.
yes, yes. And if you need any assistance with that, I'm going to be putting my email address and my contact information in the chat. So even after tonight, we can, talk more about that. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much. Please do.
Yes, yes. Okay. Good night. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much for that. And we have a question here in the chat from Miss Kenila Daniel, who asked, do you do design labels as well? Miss Frederick?
But I didn't get down, sorry. I was actually trying to answer in the chat.
Oh,
But
well,
what
you
was
know, you
the
could
question you
answer
asked?
here. Yeah.
What was the question?
The question was, do you do design labels as well?
Well, yes. But it's actually, yes, label stickers for your products. Basically, if you have a small business or any product, I could like do the labels for it, design it and print it, both design and printing as well, by the way.
All right. We also have a question here from Francis Beverly Pierre. Do you have a website so we can see your website building skills?
Unfortunately, no, I don't have a website for my business page actually.
Ah, okay, understood. And of course, please don't forget to put in your LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, all the contact information that anyone would need to be able to contact you in the chat. All right, guys. So again, use the raise hand. I see a raise hand in the camera. Mylika, that's not the raise hand option, but yeah, go ahead, ask your question.
As somebody who designs websites, I should think yours should be the first one to be designed and up and running. I know, right? Yeah, so yes. People that have a look at what you actually have to offer. It also sounds that you kind of like intimidated by your competition, which you shouldn't be, because sometimes when they're bigger than you might have a lot more to offer on a personal range of your customers. So with that being said, with your competition being out there, already established, how do you go about getting customers? Well, that means I'll have to promote my Facebook page and my Instagram page more often because I'm not, I doesn't update the page too often, and that's a bad thing. Okay. I'll have to try to update my pages, market myself both on Instagram, Facebook as well. Well, for now, it's only word of mouth. I haven't been updating my pages. Have you tried to actually go to small business owners down the south, in the north, island-wide, with your business cards to talk to them about what you have to offer? Not as yet, not as yet. I plan on doing that, but as of now, basically doing a few courses, so I guess I'm trying to manage my time as well. Okay then. Thank you so much. By the way, you had a good presentation.
All right, wonderful. Thank you for that, Mylika. All right, so with 2 minutes to spare, Miss Samuel, could you go ahead and ask your question?
All right, thank you. It's not actually a question, Lucy. It is more of a comment. So just keep in mind, everyone, these presenters that are coming onto our program are either starting a business, meaning that they are starting in the process of, and they have a business idea that they're working on. So there are certain things that have not yet been established. So for example, in Tammie's case, she is talking about a business idea that she felt was needed based on a skill that she had and also based on a course that she did. And she's still currently doing several courses. So you find that time management in deciding how much of it to put towards, the business and how much of it to put towards the course. She's still working on that. So time management is one of the things that she is going to be working on. But what she's trying to do is to build up her knowledge and her skills so that she can put it into the business. So what we can do is to provide support for her as she develops and as she grows, because she's not established as yet, right? So of course, saying that, you know, she will be building websites, she would need the skills and the know-how to build the website. So she's in the process of learning that. So we would expect that after she's completed her course, one of the first things she's going to do is build a website and put that out there and say, hey, this is what I can do. And then she will show her qualification to say, I have graduated from this, or I'm certified in that. And this is, you know, what I'm able to do. And then as she meets people like us in the audience, we can, you know, turn to her and say, hey, you know, I would love you to work on mine and add that to your portfolio, so that when she starts to market herself out there, she can say she has built websites for at least 5-10 people. Because I mean, think about it, we have 29 people here. And if each of us were to give her a little job and say, hey, build me a website or build me something, that can add to her portfolio. This is where we come in as the community, so that when she officially launches her business, she has something of substance that she can put out there. So just keep that in mind. Not everyone that is presenting has already been established, such as ShevyQ, who is way ahead of Tamie. So based on where they are at, we advise them accordingly, okay? Just to keep that in mind. Not everybody will be at the same level, but we are going to continue to work with Tamie. She's still part of the network. Though she graduated from the course last year, she is still learning, and we're still working with her. So this right here is her storytelling of her business in practice, in action. Awesome. So Tamie, you did a great job in, you know, telling the story. We have a few things to work on, of course, and that is also, audience, where your feedback comes in when we launch the poll. Don't forget that your feedback also helps. So when we launch that poll on the screen, answer the questions, please. It's for her benefit, so that she can grow. All right. So I'm gonna now pass it back over to my team, and then we're going to go into launching the polls.
I was kind of enjoying the freeness of not being back. Yes, all right, wonderful. So thank you so much, Michelle, for explaining that. Of course, it's all about development, progress, growth, and encouragement, and getting the word around. So with that being said, I think, oh yeah, Michelle basically did the whole 2 minutes. So my final question for you, and of course, just like we asked ShevyQ, what can we as the community, Malika, I taking your job? Tell me, you can kick me off now. Oh, you don't.
Go ahead.
No, I was asking Malika, is she okay, you know, with me taking her question. So yes, just like what was asked to ShevyQ. So, Miss Frederick, what can we as a community do for you to help you and your business? The floor is yours.
Okay, basically sending me the opportunities like this one, where I get to talk about my business. More people will get to know all the opportunities. Just send to me, basically. Follow my page, Instagram, Facebook, like, comment, share. Basically, that's what I want.
All right. So you heard it here, guys. So, of course, the best way to support our presenters, of course, is to share the pages. Of course, make sure you speak about it and support them. You know, patronize. You know, if you have your flyers and your stuff to get done, you know where to go to. You know, support Miss Frederick with all what is going on. And thank you so much once again. Okay, Malika, what's next on the agenda?
Can I just add something quickly?
Sure, go ahead.
I just wanted to say to Ms. Frederick, I think I did some work in St. Kitts in an agro-tourism training session with taxi drivers, and we looked at their website. I think one of the major issues in websites is that there's too much information sort of crowded and presented at the first glance. I would suggest that as you continue the studies, you do an analysis of other websites. That we live in an age of instant access. People generally don't like to read a lot. They come to get information and they want to know. So the functionality would be critical. So you just open that page that you can hit, you can meet the needs of your clients without them having to read essays and a whole lot of information.
That's true. Makes sense. I'll take that feedback into consideration.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much for that. All right, guys. So the poll would be on your screen. Please fill it out. Fill it out. Remember, it is benefiting our presenter for the evening. And of course, once again, we'd just like to say thank you for coming through, for being here, for all of those who have, of course, asked their questions. All right.
Yes, definitely. Want to thank everybody, for being here. There could be so many other places that you could be, but you chose to be here with us. So thank you for choosing Startup Huddle St. Lucia as the place to be. Also, keep in mind, we have our events the second Wednesday of every month. So you were here tonight, please come again next month. And if you're not sure what date that is, I'm going to tell you it's going to be the 11th of May. So we want to see you right back here on the 11th of May to support another 2 presenters. They are coming from the alumni of St. Lucia. So support our women, our aspiring business owners, support them in their ventures, support them in what it is that they're trying to do. And of course, if you, as the small business person, or if you are an aspiring business owner, if you already have a business that is running from anywhere from 6 months to 3 years in operation, you can apply to present at Startup Huddle St. Lucia. We will try to connect you with an audience within the same industry as you so that we can help you source out resources, advice, and suggestions, and make connections that you never thought possible. Also, please follow our Facebook page. That is where our events are posted, because persons have been asking, where do I find out about the events? We're on Facebook. Check us out on Facebook, follow, so that when we post our events, you get the notifications, okay? Please be sure to do that. In terms of the recording, I saw someone posting, type in, will the recording be shared? No, the recordings are not shared with attendees. We post our recordings to our event site, okay? So what you can do is we will post the link to our event site in the chat, and you can go to the event site and watch, or should I say replay, past events. You will see events from last month, from the month before, from last year, and all of the presenters we've had from last year and year before. You will be able to see them. You will also have access to their social media pages and links as well, so you can find out who they were and support them as well. We have engaged hundreds of entrepreneurs. Let me not over exaggerate. We have engaged almost 100 entrepreneurs since we launched in 2018, and we're looking forward to being here, for many more years to come to support the local entrepreneurial ecosystem. Okay, this is what we are, a support group. We are a free volunteer support group, and we still have 82% of the polls answered. We're missing some people. We have 19 out of 23 people who have answered the polls. Please, please, please complete the poll so that we can lock it in and provide feedback to our presenter, Tamie. Okay, please answer the questions, and so we can lock up the poll. And don't run away. We have to do our group photo so that we can share on our social media page as to who attended. We'd love to have you stick around. So please don't run away. Let me see, what else do we need to share? And the program is one of 6. The Startup Huddle chapters are currently running in the other 6 Eastern Caribbean islands. We are all sponsored and supported by the US Embassy, by the US Department of State, Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs, via the US Embassy in Barbados. They are our main sponsor and supporter of the program. So we have Huddle chapters in other Caribbean islands in the Eastern Caribbean. And that is also a potential for you. So if you are looking at potentially expanding into one of the islands in the Eastern Caribbean, we can connect you with that market via the Startup Huddle organizer there in that island country. So let's say, for example, you're thinking of branching off into Barbados and you want to get a feedback from the local community there, whether they like your idea, whether it's feasible, and how they feel about it and get feedback. We can arrange that you present with a cross Caribbean huddle, and you can present to that market and see what they think and get feedback in real time. So these are some of the opportunities that are available to you, our local business community. Let us know what you would like to do, and we can try our best to assist you. Okay, we have 3 more persons missing to fill out that poll. Let's get that form filled out, people, so we can close the form and then close off with some smiles and photos. 3 more persons missing. Let's do this quickly. For those of you who would like to connect, please share your LinkedIn profiles in the chat. If you are on LinkedIn, please share that with us so that we can do some necessary exchanges, okay? So let us do that. Share your information in the chat so that we can connect with you beyond tonight's event.
Also, let me just inject something right there. If anyone would like to present, Michelle, how do they go about doing so if they have to present to Startup Huddle?
Well, I would allow you to tell them.
I mean, you were in the middle of it. Nice. Of course, you can contact us via our Facebook page, Startup Huddle St. Lucia, Instagram. You know, here, there, and everywhere you see us, you could reach out to us. If you see us passing on the street and you saw us here, feel free to say hi. We don't bite. We're very welcoming, and we'll be answering all your questions as well. Hi, Malika.
Yes, so like Marvin said, like he said. Okay, so we're gonna close the poll now. We do want to thank each and every one of you who did fill out the form. This information will be shared with Tamie so that she can apply the information to her business. So thank you so much for filling out this form. We do have one more poll that we would like you to answer the questions for, and that is a poll for the huddle itself. We want your feedback. Do you want to attend huddles online? Do you want to attend huddles in person? Because, you know, protocols have been relaxed a bit, so we want your feedback. Where would you like to see huddles, you know, be hosted? These are the types of questions and feedback we need from you so that we know how to make a better experience, right? So please fill out this form very, very quickly. Let us know what you would like to see from Startup Huddle St. Lucia. All right, so only 6 questions, very, very basic questions. Please fill it out quickly so that we can close off this session. And on the screen, Malika, again, our presenter recruitment. She is the wonderful lady responsible for recruiting persons to present at Startup Huddle St. Lucia. We have Mrs. Jordan Norbert with me right over there. She's our coach, and she assists persons in ensuring that their presentations are looking wonderfully spick and span and giving them some feedback on their presentations. We have Mr. Marvin Grant, who's our marketing manager. He's in charge of blowing the horn and getting the word out there about the program and handling our social media pages. And I am your organizer. Thank you so much for joining us. 8 out of 21 people have filled out the poll. Let's get this going. Quickly, let's get this going. We have 2 other people who are not with us. That is our assistant marketing manager, Shadia Adonis, and Miss Donna Hyacinth, who assist us in selecting, or should I say, filtering through our applications. So we want to thank every single one of you for attending tonight. Please tell a friend, and invite a friend next time that you come. And when you go onto our Facebook page, please click on the reviews and post something about tonight's event. What did you learn? Okay, who did you meet? What would you like to see in the next event? These are the types of things we want to see so that we can help you better. All right, 13 out of 22 people. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Almost there, almost there, almost there. And we're gonna close the polls after we gather your feedback. Mrs. Dalisa Diltz, we wanna give you the spotlight again because you did such a great job for us tonight. It was such a pleasure having you with us. And I would like you to share with our audience a little bit more about yourself and the work that you do. And if in case they would like to connect with you, you know, share again, how can we get in touch with you?
Awesome. Well, thank you again, Michelle, for thinking of me. Always a pleasure. Great to be here with you guys tonight, all the way from Texas. It is indeed an honor for me. The presenters did an amazing job. As I mentioned, I'm looking forward to following their efforts, and I did put May 11th on my calendar. So you just may see me pop in on the 11th as well. But a little bit more about me. So some would say I'm a trailblazer. Some would say I'm an everyday person. You know, I'm just a regular person, right? I believe in supporting, advocating, and kind of blazing the trail for entrepreneurs, similar to what Ms. Samuel does. So we started an organization here. We were the first for-profit, woman-owned, Black-owned business service organization that focused on educating entrepreneurs in the small venture and startup sector. So my organization works with local lenders, financial institutions, and organizations to make sure that business owners, as they are getting started, they have the resources and connections that they need in order to be successful and sustainable in business. So a lot of the work that I do in the community is advocating, making sure that we not only have a seat at the table, but we are able to eat what is served at the table, and we are not force-fed, right? So in theory. So I absolutely love the work that I do. I do have two organizations, the North Texas Entrepreneur Training Center, as well as a flexible workspace called the Center NTX, which kind of exudes that community and that ecosystem building. I do channel a organization similar to the startup Huddle. It is called 1 Million Cups over here on our side of the tracks. Very similar format. We do it every Wednesday morning at 9:00 a.m. We have presenters and the community chimes in to share the love and support and feedback. We are hybrid. So if you guys ever want to join in at 1 Million Cups, please, please, please reach out. I put my LinkedIn in there. I put my Facebook in there. I put my Instagram. You can Google me, whatever the case. Would love to connect with you guys. And if there's anything that I could ever do from afar, please let me know. I actually enjoy having people that I can connect with in other parts of the world. So thank you again, Michelle, for the opportunity to be here this evening. And hopefully you guys will see me some more because this was fun.
Definitely. Team members, anything to say to Dalisa?
Don't be shy. I don't bite.
Members
I will do the ice. Right.
Go ahead.
Right. No, I just felt the need to say it because Michelle and Dalisa have been saying it all the way from Texas.
Yeah.
So now, carry on.
No, I was about to say, I thought Michelle was somebody who had a lot up her sleeve, on her head, on her back. But meeting this lady and reading her bio, oh my gosh, how do you keep up?
I would say by the grace of God.
There's a lot more of us out there.
I would say by the grace of God, literally.
I'm happy to be part of this group, to meet so many phenomenal women and a lot to learn from them. So hopefully we will catch up.
So I was hearing them say your name, but that doesn't look like what's on the screen.
No.
So what's your name?
Malika.
Malika. Are you on socials?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys could put your information in, I'd love to connect.
Name for different programs. So every program her name changes. She has the most names. I could never keep track of her names. My goodness.
You know, sometimes you have to use the legal name and sometimes you have to use the name they know.
All right, so everybody, now is the time where we want to see your pearly whites. So this is photo time. So I see some people can fix up their lips already. Getting ready to smile. All right, so we are going to basically do a countdown, right? So when we do the countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you smile. And then we do a screenshot, and then we do it again, screenshot, and we'll let you know when we end. Okay, so what you need to do is, if you're using a mobile device, turn it like this, landscape, so that we can see your full view. We don't want to see crops. We want to see the full view of your face. Excellent, I'm seeing devices turning. Awesome. Let's go. Let me see more devices. Turn them to the side. Let's see you. Let's see you. Kenila, turn your device to the side. Urancia, turn your device to the side. Let's see. Let's see. Let's get those smiles going. Oh my goodness, I'm seeing some handsome gentlemen in this call. I didn't even know there were handsome gentlemen there. My goodness. I thought it was only Mr. Alexander that we had in this call. And Marvin, that was the handsome gentleman, but we have so many. Wow, I'm impressed. So many men on this call. Thank you for coming. All right, so Kenila, your device is still portrait. Turn it to the side. Turn it to the side and it will turn. Let me see. Shirley Ann, Sandra, Clyel, let's see your cameras. Let's see your faces. Ketura,
sorry, I can't take any photos.
Oh, you can't? Okay.
No.
Okay, that's okay. Clyel, let's get your camera on.
My network is too slow. If I turn on my camera bandwidth, it will just cut off.
Oh,
sorry.
Mine doing the same thing. Same thing. All right, so I'm gonna count 3, 2, 1. Everybody ready? 3, 2, 1, and then smile. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and then smile. All right, so let's go. On the count of 1. On the count of 3. On the count of 2. On the count of 1, smile. Awesome, that's 1 so far. Okay, we have 1 more to go because we have 2 screens, all right? So I'm going for the second screen and you don't know where you're gonna be, so smile regardless. Everybody ready? On the count of 3, we're going forward now. 1, 2, 3, smile. Awesome, awesome. I'm loving the smiles. I'm loving the smiles. Yay.
A lot of models
Right.
in the pictures. That's right. That's right.
I'm loving the smiles. Okay, guys, we have got you on camera. All right, so when you go to our Facebook page, you just may see yourself appearing there. Feel free to tag yourself, you know, share your friends, say, hey, guess where I was last night? Yeah, at a very important function. That's where you were. So let them know where you were last night, all right? So feel free to tag yourself and share with your friends. And I will let my host and co-host close it up for us.
Every time I feel like I get to escape, I get caught. One last time. All right. So this is the hardest part. But we'd just like to say once again, thank you so much for coming, taking time out of your busy schedule. We know it is late. We do apologize for that. But of course, when sharing information, it can be so amazing that you lose track of time. I mean, if only school used to run faster than that. But anyway, thank you so much once again, Malika. Do you have anything to add on to that?
The same thing I always say. When you have a virtual session, there are no refreshments. We're hungry.
Thank you for reminding me. Thank you so much for reminding me.
But then thanks again, everybody, for coming. Let's remember our next Startup Huddle date is May 11th. Hope to see you all there with so much more friends and family, so we could give some more feedback to our startups. Thank you again for coming. Have yourself a good night.
Okay, and if the no refreshments didn't disappoint you, trust me, the next startup event will impress you just as much as this. Thank you all for coming. Class, you are dismissed. Supermodels, you may strut your stuff out of the Zoom room. Thank you once again, everyone. Have a good night.